Hey everybody, welcome to Titans of CNC Academy. My name is Billy Boyce. Right now I'm going to take you through modeling TITAN-110M, and that is from our 5-axis series. So if you're on the website at academy.titansofcnc.com, you can come up here to the top to the education drop down, go all the way down to the bottom where we have mill 5-axis status, and that is our 5-axis series for now. We're going to do this big guy right here. So we'll come down here and find him in the projects. And we can just select, we can select the model, or down here where it says view 3D model. And what we want is the print right now. So right here off to the right hand side of this model, we have drawing PDF. So we can click that and that'll take us to another site real quick, and it'll give us our print for this. And then we can also just go up here and say download. It'll automatically go into your downloads folder and you can open it up there as a PDF. Okay, so we're going to get started on drawing TITAN-110M. That's this guy right here. So what I'm going to do is come up to File, say New Design. First thing I'm going to do is draw that 2-inch circle that's at the bottom. If you're looking at the first print, drawing number stage 1, we're going to kind of build this thing in stages. I broke it down to make it a little easier. So we'll go to Sketch, Circle, Center Diameter Circle. I'm going to choose this top plane right here, and I'm going to start everything right in the center. So that was 2 inches. I'm just going to press enter, enter again, and then up here in construct you have a default, should just look like this, and it's offset plane. That's the only thing we're going to need. So let's go ahead and we're going to make a few offset planes, and we're going to base everything off of this circle plane. We can go ahead and say stop sketch. So we'll just select this offset plane and choose that circle. We'll see highlighting, so that's that lets us know something is selectable. And then this will be a distance of 2.698. Let's press enter, and we'll do this again. I'm going to choose that circle again. We'll say 3.798. Enter, and we'll do it one more time. And this will be the overall length of our part, 6.548. Enter. Okay. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say press pull. I'm going to choose that 2-inch circle, and that is a distance of 0.7. Enter. Now we're going to come up here to sketch, choose polygon, and we'll do the inscribed polygon. I'm going to choose that first offset plane that we created, and I'm going to select right in the middle and drag out. And I want that to kind of go straight up. It'll kind of snap, you'll feel it kind of holding position there. And then let's press tab, and we'll just say 5. And then we'll press tab again, and we'll say 3.081 divided by 2. And for some reason, when you do that inscribed polygon, the circle is only reading as a radius. So if you typed in 3.081, it would have been, 6 something. It would have been huge. So you have to do that divided by 2. And it just, that inscribed polygon, I don't know, that's the way it does it. Okay, so we got that piece, and let's do our next one. So we're going to do it again. You can go sketch, polygon, inscribed polygon. We'll go on our next plane here. Oh, we need to stop the sketch first. Stop the sketch, that sketch is done. We'll go sketch, polygon, inscribed polygon, and then we'll choose this next plane. Again, we'll pick it right in the middle and just drag it straight up. We'll press tab, say 5, tab again, 5.8 divided by 2, and enter. We'll say stop sketch, and we'll do it one more time. Sketch, polygon, inscribed polygon. We'll choose the very last offset plane. We'll start right in the middle, drag it up, press tab, say 5, tab again, and this is 3.443 divided by 2. Let me say enter, and there we go. So we should look something like this. What we're going to do now is go to create a loft. And then we'll go from this circle to our first polygon. We'll say OK. And then we're going to do that again. So we'll go to create loft. We'll choose that surface and that sketched polygon. We'll say OK. And now we need that straight extrude of this shape here. And our sketch disappeared. So what we want to do is come over here to the left-hand side at our browser and drop that down. And we want to turn on that sketch again so we can see those lines. Now we can right-click, press pull, and inside that area just select. And we can see we have a distance of 1.796, and we want to make sure that's on join, and then we can just say OK. And so now we look like that. And then again we can go to create loft. We'll use that surface and this sketch, and then we can say OK, and we should look like this. So from the front view should look just like that. I'm going to come back over here to the left hand side and just turn that light bulb off. Make sure all my planes are off. And then now we can move to the next print. So we're going to be on print stage 2. And what we do here is just basically those cutouts. So first thing I'm going to do is go sketch line. I'm going to choose this front plane here of our part. And I'm going to just snap to our center line and just kind of give us a center line here. I'm going to click it and press X. And then I'm going to press L for line. And I'm just going to drop this down. And I want to make sure it doesn't snap to anything when I do it. I'm just going to drag it out like that. I'm going to press D for dimension. And I'm going to choose our top surface and our line. And that should be a distance of 0.084. I'm going to come up here to sketch, say extend. I want to extend that line. I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to go from here to our center line. I see we have a dimension of 0.591. I'm going to press L for line, and I'm just going to kind of roughly sketch out our shape here, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and add the dimensions to all the points. So I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to go from here to here. That's 1.287. And I'll just pick this point here to that point. That will be 1.042. Press D for dimension. We'll go from there to this one. 2.662. Enter. Go from there to here. 4.002. And go from here to here. and that is 0.213. Press L for line. I'm just going to do one here to there, one from here to there. I want to make sure they're straight, so I'm going to come over to horizontal vertical over here on our sketch palette. I'm going to click that one, and I'm going to click that one, and that'll just straighten them out. I'm going to press D for dimension. Again, I'm going to go from that point to here, 1.702. Go from that point to the line, 2.002. Looks good. So now I'm going to come up here to sketch. I'm going to go down to mirror. I'm going to choose all of our lines here. Come over to mirror line, select that, and I'm going to use that center line. And I'll say OK. I can right click, press pull. I'm going to choose those sections. I'm going to say minus 0.869. Enter. And there we go. And on the top, we can see there's a little square that needs to get cut out. So we're going to just sketch our square on this surface right here. So we're just going to go sketch, rectangle. We'll stick with a 2-point rectangle. We'll go to the top view, and I'm going to pick right there. And it'll snap. It'll select through the part. So I'm just going to click right there. I'm going to drag this over. I'm going to run into this line, and then I'm just going to click again. I'm going to press D for dimension, and the only dimension I need is from here to here, which was 0.295. Enter. I'm going to right click, press pull, and I'm going to choose that box that we just drew. I'm going to come over here to extent. I'm going to say to object, and you can just select the bottom side of that because that's the only thing we're cutting, and we say OK. So now we end up with this. And you can see we have a little issue here. So now we can edit the sketch. So you come over here, down to the bottom, sketch number 6. We'll right click, edit sketch. I'm going to select that line. It looks okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a collinear between this line and that. And that worked. So we can say stop sketch. And there we fixed up our little issue there. Now we're going to mirror this pattern all the way around. Or mirror it, we're going to revolve it. So we'll go to create, pattern, we'll go circular pattern. I'm pretty sure we want to have this on features. I believe it works with features. We don't want it to adjust. We want it to be identical. Then we'll come down here to the bottom, and we'll choose the first cutout and the second cutout. And it'll highlight and kind of show you the whole area. We'll come up here to the box and select, and we'll choose our circle here, which is the center of everything. We'll type in 5 and press enter. And there we get that nice cut. So now we can move to the third print, and the way this is laid out, we have to do the fillets in a particular order or some of them will fail. If you do them out of sequence, you won't get all the fillets to work, is basically what I'm saying. So now we will go through adding the fillets. So number 1 are these ones right here. So I'm going to just press F for fillet, and I'm going to pick all 5 of those internal corners there. And that is a radius of 600.6. Enter. And there you go. If you are having an issue getting that 600 right now, at this point, a mistake was made during our cutout. And more than likely, it'll be the sketch here. And that will need to be gone over and made sure the dimensions are correct. If you don't have the dimensions correct, you won't get that 600 thou fillet on there. So again, if that didn't happen for you, you can come back over to this sketch, which I believe is sketch number 5. You can right click, edit sketch, and double check your dimensions. Make sure you have a dimension on all of these points. And then you can hit stop sketch and go back and try those fillets again. So now we're going to move on to fillet number 2. Taking a look at the print, it's kind of a big one, so I'm going to press F for fillet, and we can go ahead and get started. It's all the way around the bottom here. So once you've pressed F for fillet, we can just start selecting all the pieces. Do not press or start to fill out the fillet dimension yet. Otherwise, you'll have to hold down either Control on PC or Command for Mac to make each one of these selections, which makes it kind of painful. So we're going to do that circle at the bottom, the ones running up, all around the base here. And then these corners coming up. And like I said, if you do this out of order, features will start to fail and you won't be able to complete the part. And radius number 2 is 300.3. Make sure we get it all. Press enter. Okay. So now we're going to do number 3. Number 3 is this guy right here. It's going to be these ones. So I'm going to press F for fillet, and we'll start selecting all of these. Once you have them all selected, that is a 0.325. So you should start looking something like this. I like it. I'm going to press enter. And there we go. So now we are on to number 4. And that is a 200 fillet. So we can just go ahead and hit F. And that is the back side here. So if you're looking through this part at this back side right here, this side right here, boom, boom, get all 5 of those. That's a 200.2. So you'll see those round out. Press enter, and we can move on to number 5. Number 5 is another tough one. It is this back side right here. So I'm going to press F for fillet, and I'm going to start selecting all those backside ones. Should be, I believe, 10 total selections. And if it's hard to see, if you have them selected or not, you can come up here and it'll tell you you have 10 selections. And we know there's 5 of these posts, 2 selections for each post. That gives us 10. So this was number 5. So that's going to be 0.275 for the fillet. 0.275. And then you'll see that fill it out. We'll press enter. And now we can go to number 6. Number 6 is this big one here on the top and bottom. So I'm going to press F for fillet. And we'll make those 10 selections. Selections. I believe that is a quarter, so 0.250. Press enter. And now we can move to number 7, which is the backside bar there. So we're going to press F for fillet and select the back bar. Top and bottom. Another 10 selections. And that is a 100,000th, 0.1. Enter. And now we can move on to number 8. Press F for fillet. 8 is just this top one here. 0.1. Enter. And now we can move on to number 9. Number 9 is just this edge corner here. So we can press F for fillet. And top and bottom. And again, 10 selections. .1. Enter. F for fillet. We're going to do these guys here. Another 10, and that is 0.10. Enter. And now we have majority of the fillets done. So what we got left is the cutout through here, a cutout in the top, and the threads. Right now on stage 3 on that print, we have the dimensions for this through cut here. So what we'll do is we'll just go to our front plane. We'll come up here. We'll go sketch, rectangle, 2-point rectangle. And I'm going to choose that surface. And you'll kind of see when you're trying to place this, you start snapping to all these odd lines and stuff. And what that'll do is that'll kind of lock you in that place. It might interrupt a dimension we're going to do. So on Mac, hold down Command. On PC, hold down Control. And then what it'll do is it'll ignore picking any of those points. And then you can just go ahead and drop your square down. And then you can let go. I'm going to press L for line, and I'm going to go create another center line. I'm going to select that line and press X, and that'll turn it into a construction line. And then I will make sure it stays horizontal vertical. So I'm just going to click horizontal vertical and choose that line. And it was already done, but if you didn't lay it down straight, now it should be nice and straight. We'll press D for dimension. I'm going to go from here to our side line there, and that's going to be 0.4. And then I'm just going to do an overall of 0.8. I'm going to choose our top surface, and that first line, we have a dimension of 0.563. I'm going to choose that same point again, and our bottom, that's 2.938, enter. I'm going to right click, press pull. I'm going to choose that box. I'm going to say minus 1.5 and enter. Now I'm going to press F for fillet, and I'm going to choose our 4 corners. And that is a 300.3. Enter. And that looks good. So now, just like our first cut where we made all these cutouts, we're going to do a pattern. So we're going to go create, pattern, circular pattern. I found that it will not work with features. I can't choose the cutout and the fillet for some reason. I can go to faces and just select these faces. Before I do this, let's go ahead and add our fillet. Let's go ahead and completely finish this out. So we'll go modify, fillet, select that edge. It is a 125.125. Enter. And now let's go ahead and do that pattern. So we can go create, pattern, circular pattern. And I'll just show you real quick. So when you have your pattern type, I have it on features. I choose the cutout, the corner fillets, and the edge fillet. I'm going to select axis. I come here, I say 5, and then I say OK. And it like fails. It doesn't quite work. I don't know why that is. So I'm just going to press Command Z to back it up, and then I'll do it the other way. I'll go pattern, circular pattern. I'm going to change this to faces, and then I'm just going to select all the faces one at a time. Kind of a pain in the butt, takes a little bit longer, but it actually works. So that's all selected. I say select my axis. I'm going to just choose the cylinder. I'm going to say 5 and enter. And it works. So I don't understand what's going on there, but that's how you get it to work. So now we can go to the 4th print, which is stage 4. And that just details out for us this little top hole and our thread setup. So let's go ahead and do that top hole first. So I'm going to come up here to our cube. I'm going to hit home, and then I'm going to hit top, and that will kind of square us out. I'm going to say sketch, polygon, inscribed polygon again. I'm going to choose this top plane. I'm going to come right to the middle and again drag it up. Press tab, type 5, tab again, and we have a diameter of 1.3. 1.3. Again, we got to divide by 2, and then we can press enter. I'm going to right click, press pull, make that selection, and I'm just going to drag it down to right about there. We'll just say you can go 1 inch. Go 1 inch. Enter. That cuts you all the way through. We're going to press F for fillet and pick all of our corners here. Point 3. Enter. F for fillet. Choose that top edge, and that's 100 thou. And then we can say OK. And that looks great. So now I'm going to home it, and I'm going to kind of rotate this around to the bottom, so I'm looking at the bottom here. I'm going to go create hole, and I'm just going to snap right here. and you can see my hole is off center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and hold my left mouse button right there in the center, and then I can drag it around. And it'll snap to the center. And you'll feel it, like you'll have to really move it out of the way to get it to move again once it snaps there. And then you can just let go. We'll come up here to diameter, and we can see we have a diameter of 0.6562 and a depth of basically 2 inches. 1.995 and enter. So now we have that hole. What we want to do next is create thread. We'll just select that bore there. We want it to be modeled because that's cool. Full length, no. We are going a depth of 1 inch. And under size, we need to go down to 3/4. And we want 3/4 10. We'll just say OK. And there you go. One last thing I'd like to do is to kind of add a chamfer lead into our thread. So I'm going to press C for circle. I'm going to choose that surface, and I'm just going to snap right here in the middle and kind of drag it out. I want to be a little bit bigger than our thread there. 0.8 looks great. Enter. I'm going to right click, press pull. I want to select both of those to make our full circle. I'm going to say -0.125. I'm going to tab and say -45. Enter, and there you go. You got this nice little lead into your thread. And there you go. That is complete. That is TITAN-110M, and that is from our 5-axis series.